Midnight margaritas, colorful lanterns, dancing around a fire in the full moon. Today we're diving into how to throw a practical magic theme party that feels like it came straight out of the Sanderson sisters' house. Whether you're celebrating the full moon, a birthday, or like me, a bridal shower, this is your guide to creating a magical and unforgettable gathering with your witchy friends. Before the guests arrive and the magic begins, it's all about setting the scene. The garden is where I'm hosting the party because it's very wild and whimsical and filled with lots of magic in my opinion, but Chris and I definitely still needed to tame it a little bit. So he mowed the grass while I laid out some stone path for people to walk around on, and I think it turned out really nice. I also set up these metal rods to hang lights from to give it a little bit of extra twinkly vibes, and also to provide a little bit more light back there when it gets dark. I also decided to move all of the pots from my front porch to the back garden just for the party, just to give it a little bit more color, because a lot of the flowers I have back there still have not bloomed yet. When it comes to a practical magic party, I think lots of colorful wildflowers and celestial prints and just all around whimsy goth witchy vibes, so I tried to choose decor that matched that as best as I could. These were a super easy thing to make. Basically, you just take edible dried flowers and you sort of ice tray that you like and put the flowers in the ice tray with the water and then let them freeze. These were another really easy decoration. I found these colored mason jars at a thrift store for like 50 cents. And I bought these fairy lights from Amazon, a pack of like 20 of them for like $10. And literally all I'm doing is stuffing like 4 of them inside of the mason jar and then tying around some sort of string so that I can hang them around the garden later for, again, some more extra twinkly lights, because I feel like twinkly lights give that celestial vibe, which is very practical magic. I also felt like we just needed some practical magic movie quotes around the garden, so I just wrote it on this chalkboard, and then I also made this little drink menu that was an ode to the movie as well. Okay, this was probably my favorite decoration that we made because it just turned out so pretty. You're supposed to use dried pressed flowers, but we did not have those because we accidentally used them on the cookies. So these are just from my garden and from some bouquets that we had collected the day prior at a flower farm, and we decided to press them ourselves. So we basically just put them in these plastic bags and then put weights on top of them for a few hours. Once they were pressed enough, we brought them back outside and we took Mod Podge, and we also collected these little lantern jar things from the dollar store, and we just started placing the flowers on a layer of Mod Podge. And I will say that it works a lot better when you have actual pressed flowers. It was a little hard to push the ones that were not completely pressed on there. So in the future, definitely do that. But it actually turned out fine. Also, I'm so sorry that this is mostly not on screen or out of focus. I was so into my art project that I forgot to look at the camera, so I apologize for that, but I feel like you can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. And once you have all of your pressed flowers on your jar in a place that you want them to be, you're going to put another layer of Mod Podge on top of it and then let it dry for a few hours. And it looks crazy right now, but just trust the process. It'll dry clear and it's going to look very, very cool. You see, I told you. Okay, next we're going to be taking the same string we used for the other lanterns and then doing basically the same thing on these and making like a little handle for them. And once you have that down, you can decide what you want to put inside your lantern. So you can put a candle. I have this little tea candle I put in there, but then I decided that I wanted to put fairy lights in there because it was a little brighter, but it's just kind of whatever vibe you're going for. When the night falls, the garden transforms into something otherworldly. It feels like the veil is just a little thinner, like the stars and the spirits are listening. The fairy lights glow like fireflies, the flowers' scents are stronger, and I feel at home, beneath moonlight, barefoot, and with the night blooming all around me. Okay, so I had never heard of butterfly pea flower before, but it is a very cool tea that turns bright blue. So I decided to use it for a non-alcoholic tea that we could use to drink at our party. These were so fun. I actually didn't make these. My sister-in-law Michaela made these, and we used a recipe that I found on Pinterest, and I will link it below, but basically it's just a basic sugar cookie with a lemon meringue topping, and you use a sun cutout to make it look like a sun. And I felt like they just went so well with the practical magic whimsy goth celestial theme, and they were so yummy, you guys. So good. So what my friend Anna is doing besides shaking her ass is pressing the center of the cookies so that when they come out of the oven, they'll have a little pocket for the lemon meringue to sit on. And after they come out, They cool for a little bit, and then we used a Ziploc bag to put the lemon meringue in and cut off the top so that way you could squeeze it out in a more even looking way than just using a spoon. These were the pressed flowers that we accidentally used that I was talking about earlier, but these, again, just a basic sugar cookie recipe and some sugar cookie frosting, and then just pressing these on the cookies as well. For some reason, Mother Nature decided it was time to pour rain and have a thunderstorm and then turn into a hailstorm. So luckily my brother and my fiance and our friend brought in most of the stuff for us while we were continuing to prep the party. And my friend Katie is the sweetest. She was comforting me because I was very sad.
I mean, rain, that's one thing. But lightning, that could kill us.
Or hail? I didn't even get the hail on camera.
Honestly, I'm pretty mad at all of our weather apps right now.
Yeah. What the? It said 10% chance of rain.
And after complaining about the weather for a good 30 minutes, it finally decided to clear up and it turned out being okay. But we did reach to the point where we were like, you know what, we can have this party, rain or shine. It's all about being together and being with your girlfriends and celebrating life and celebrating love. And we can do that anywhere. But we're very glad that the sun came out.
These are definitely not fully frozen, but that's okay.
This is when it started to feel like it was all coming together. We started turning on all the lanterns, we brought all the food outside, and let me tell you guys, the food we made, oh my gosh. Everybody sort of had a hand in making the food. We had someone bring a charcuterie board, we had all of these Trader Joe's snacks, someone made lemon pasta, someone made a really yummy cucumber tomato salad, Katie made cake. It was literally so good, and I still can't stop thinking about it. Honestly, every time I watch this video, I'm just get really hungry. And obviously, we cannot have a practical magic party without a midnight margarita. And this is my own take on a midnight margarita. It's not actually what we made at the party because, to be honest, after a few cocktails, I really was not great at filming, which is fine. I was enjoying the moment, but this is what I decided to recreate on my own a few days later. So to start, I just picked a very fun, whimsical glass and then filled it with ice. I did a sugar rim. Instead of using a lime, I used an orange because I did not have any limes. And then just took a couple shots of tequila, just depending on how whimsical you want to get that night, if you know what I mean, and added about a cup and a half of lemonade and then a little bit of this lavender syrup. I definitely eyeballed this, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how much. And I threw in 2 different kinds of edible glitter. One is a purple glitter and then one is a iridescent sort of color, and combined they look really cool. And then when I shook it up, you can see it's very magical and very midnight margarita-esque, at least in my mind.
Track of is the weather, and there's There's no wind, no sun.